Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a Tinkerbell look. I'm very excited for this look because Tinkerbell is amazing and I haven't done a look for her that's like a full cosplay ever. So we're doing that today. I'm going to start by adding these brightening drops all over my face. This is going to give me a nice tacky base for my foundation and also make my skin very bright and glowy because that is the vibe we want. This is very high glam and a lot of steps, but very worth it in the end. So I took my dewy foundation and just spread this all over my face with a brush. It does look really, really orangey for some reason. It does not look like this in person, believe me. But you want to take your most light, satiny, just brightening foundation if you have one. I have the Pretty Fresh foundation. This one is super dewy and just very nice and light, very natural looking. So I put this all over the face with a brush just so it had a little bit more full coverage. And then I went in and just really tapped this out, blended it so it was airbrushed and flawless looking. The less pumps you use, obviously, the more natural it's going to look, but I wasn't really worried about natural per se. I mean, I wanted it to look my skin but better, but also like cake it on, you know what I mean? Like it's glamour, it's very draggy-esque. So don't worry about using too much. Then I went in with my concealer and I went under the eyes, doing the little triangle motion, and then down my nose I did the exclamation point kind of shape. And then on my cupid's bow I did a pointing down arrow, and then I went on my chin as well and added a little bit there, and then along my jawline, and then just really blended all of this out with a brush. You could use a sponge for this as well, but I really went in with my brushes today because my sponges, you cannot imagine the amount of brushes and sponges that I need to wash being the 21st day of these Halloween looks. Like I got 10 more to go and I'm really trying to get by without washing them, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But we're just blending this out. This is gonna make everything look nice and smooth and again very light and bright. Then I went in with my contour and started carving right under that cheekbone to give me those very high pixie-like features. For this, you just really want to make sure we're blending, blending, blending. This is going to help reshape our face, but also keep us looking somewhat soft in nature. So as you can see, I just kind of start under my cheekbone, working in a circular motion, and then I work back to the hairline and kind of down towards the lip. You don't want to drag it down into the hollows of your cheeks because that can make you look too sunken in. You just want to create kind of a line, but soften the edges. Then I took a lighter bronzer and just did my hairline to help blend the hairline of the wig in a bit, and also use this to contour my nose because the other bronzer I used is a little bit too dark for a nose contour, so I went with my more natural shimmery color for my nose and just making sure it has this very slim bridge with the rounded out bottom. Then with my pinkest blush that I have, I just tapped this on my cheeks and then swept it. I wanted it to have a nice pink apple of my cheek, and then everything else just kind of sweep back to aid with that contour, but I didn't want to over blush. Then I went in with my kind of Revlon bronzing brick. This is like a blush and bronzer mixed together, and I just added this over top to help blend the contour into the blush a little bit more, get rid of some of that Neapolitan ice cream kind of look that can happen, and then added this to the hairline as well, just to warm it up and give it a little bit of a shimmer and a glow. And now for my eyes. This is just my old classic eyeshadow look. I went in with the matte white in this palette from ColourPop and just added this all over my brow bone so it looks nice and highlighted and very bright. This is the Aura and Out palette. It's a very good Tinkerbell palette. It has the perfect greens. Then I went in with the matte light green on that same fluffy brush and just went into my crease. You could add glitter to this if you really wanted to, but we're going to add glitter to a couple different places here in a bit, so I didn't want to over glitter if there is such a thing. But I just added this to my eyelids and really blended it out. Again, using a lot of sweeping and then the little circular motions just to ensure that it doesn't get too heavy and everything is nice and light. You could do this with a very just natural eye look if you want to go more movie accurate. I just decided to really go with the greens. So then I took the foiled shadow out of this color palette and tap that on as well, and then made sure to blend the edges. Again, this is just that really kind of yellowy based green that I just think of Tinkerbell when I see it. It matches her dress, it matches her shoes, you know, the most modern versions of her, I guess it kind of matches. For the brows, I did go in with a bit of an Anastasia powder. This is the lightest color I have for brows. With it being a cartoon, it's okay to go a little bit darker. If you're someone who's brunette and is doing a blonde look and you only usually use like dark browns, you want to think about going like a shade or two darker than the hair. You want to try and match the roots, but even go 2 shades darker than that. That's going to make the brows look a lot more natural than going with a very, very bright blonde. Under the eye, I just added a little bit of green pencil to really make my eyes pop. I have green eyes, so adding any sort of green just intensifies them. You could also add purple if your eyes are green. That really helps bring the color out as well. And yellow is another one that helps. But we're keeping it with green. We're doing Peter Pan Tinkerbell style. So I didn't smoke it out or anything. I just added this to kind of complete the eye, make it all look cohesive, and make the look just, you know, a little bit more high fashion and glamorous. For the lips, I used Tea and Cookies from NYX. This is just a very bright pink color, and I would say this is honestly too pink, so I'm going to add some gloss to it in a minute, but I wanted to let it dry down just so I could get the proper color, but I would say even go 1 shade softer than this pink. And then I went in with Soft and Gentle and just added this to my nose and my cheeks, and I laid this on heavy. I used a buffing brush so it would go on very, very thick, and it would just bring about that really pixie dust, kind of glittery fairy aura that Tinkerbell has. I even added it kind of along my throat here, like along my neck muscles. It's just another way to kind of bring the look closer to that cartoony kind of drawn look. And then I went in with this loose pigment that has a bunch of gold glitter. It's called Squash, and it's actually green base with pink or with gold glitter, and it looks just like pixie dust. So I tapped this all over my chest and then kind of blended it out, and I also added it to the high points of my shoulders just to give us a really pretty glow. You could also mix it with lotion. Now I'm going to throw on some of my pink gloss just to tame this pink lip color a little bit, and also why not make it glossy? I think that's more accurate to the way I want this character to look than it being a matte lip, given that everything else has been super glowy. So for the costume, I just put in Tinkerbell dress on Amazon, and this is what I found. And then I also found these rhinestone fishnet tights, which were super cute, and I thought just really added to the entire look. It's a really comfy dress. I got mine in an extra large, and it fits me very comfortably. I'm about like a 12 to a 14, if you're wondering. So an extra large should suit you. Usually across the back it's too tight, but this one actually fit really well and zipped up really easily. And then I just ordered a fairy accessory pack and got these wings, and there was a wand and stuff in there that I didn't use, but the wings light up, so that was the main point, is I wanted light up wings. And then my hair is just in a big old bun that somehow survived this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.